Hello and welcome to this video. We are leaving Meteora. We are actually staying in the place sort of attached to it called Kalambaka. There is Pete doing his sun cream in the mirror. But I said in the last video that I would show you the hotel. So you'll have to excuse some of the disheveledness because obviously we are leaving today. So this is the bathroom. We managed to actually get a shower up, which if you saw the Thessaloniki video you'll understand why that's a big thing. But there's a bath if you want it, toilet, sink. We did manage to plug our toothbrush in there, but it was a little dodgy. And then you come into the main room. It's a little tight between the front door and the bathroom door. And that's it, essentially. It's got a place for shoes and luggage racks. There's 2 single beds. We had a space each. We never use the TV in a hotel room. Why don't we use the TV in a hotel room?
We do occasionally, I think like HBO and stuff and all that. We haven't bothered this time.
Sort of like a vanity desk, fridge, and then outside there is a balcony, table and chairs, and that is the view. And then you might just be able to make out there's a couple of monasteries that you can see. So it's kind of dated, but it's done us okay. We're on the main, like, strip road. So everything's relatively... This is why you put it in your hand and not spray it. And now it's all dripping down onto your neck as well, because you... I can't take him anywhere. But yeah, so it's the main road. So all the restaurants and things are on that. Yeah. Today's plan, we need to go and check out once Pete's finished. We're going to get some food because I'm hungry. And then, are we going to the museum today?
Yes.
So I saw a signpost as we came in, it made me laugh. It turns out there's not a lot else for us to do. So we are actually going to go to the Natural History and the Mushroom Museum.
You said it's rated #1, didn't you, about the monasteries?
On TripAdvisor it is rated #1 above the monasteries.
And the monasteries are pretty good, so
But,
I'm excited to see about the mushrooms.
But how... Do you trust TripAdvisor these days?
I don't use it as much, to be fair.
So yeah, we're going to go and do that. Right, I'll put you away. I'm going to go and finish my water. And then we can make a move. Oh, and obviously we're travelling back to Thessaloniki. We're doing reverse of that journey, which was in a previous vlog. Not that I showed you much of it, but we have to get a bus from here to Paleo something or other. And then from there we get on a train to Thessaloniki. And then we have to make it over to our new hotel, which we're staying in for one night because we fly home tomorrow. But we fly home late, so we've got a whole day in Thessaloniki as well. So that will be in this vlog. So, come along. I'll show you what I can show you. As always, it'll probably be a bit of a hodgepodge, but I mean, that's what you've come to expect. So here we go. Start the day with
Right side of the road, nice bakery.
a view of some rocks. This bird looks in pain. Poor thing. Pete's decided that's him. This rabbit has a great facial expression, but then it's no wonder.
About to be dead.
This one. And showing his little teethies. Adam, so nice for you to meet us on holiday. Name that deer. It's time for the mushrooms.
Find out which ones are toxic and which ones are edible. This one's toxic. The red. So the red ones are toxic. They eat red mushrooms.
But that one's fine, isn't it?
That's orange. Hey, that's the difference. Don't eat the red mushrooms.
What a line. I want to go with that one. Edible or not edible?
I'm going to go not edible, but that doesn't go with my, like, that is edible. It's not red, that's why. Should have gone edible.
The Romani bottle.
Like, this one's got red bits. Oh, that's not red, hang on. This one is orange, so it's probably not edible, but yeah, not edible.
The Lysaurus crude.
Edible, but looks disgusting.
Yes. Thought Pete had a skill.
I did, and I've only just realised it.
But now he's worked out which ones are edible and not edible.
It says toxic there. There you go, toxic.
He's been cheating this whole time.
No, he hasn't.
I thought he had this skill that I didn't know he had.
Alright, show me one. I'm not looking at. Show me one.
Hang on, let's go over here. We haven't looked at these ones.
I'm just looking at this.
Look at the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Which one should we go for? These yellow greeny tops.
That's a tough one. I'd go edible.
Deadly poisonous.
I'm dead.
So he doesn't have a skill.
I did say that was difficult, that one. That was difficult.
That one looks like a lemon meringue pie.
That one's edible. The white bits might make it deadly poisonous, but I think it's edible.
Not edible. See, you don't have a skill.
I've lost it. I've lost the skill.
As a little museum goes, that wasn't that bad.
Mushroom bit especially was good.
I like the mushroom bit. I mean, I joked about it, but it was fun. We got to play Will It Kill Us?
It was pretty interesting to be honest.
We also tried a couple of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Ones that don't kill us, obviously.
We'll find out about that later.
And if you want to buy like recipe kits or mushroom liqueur, that shop's the one for you.
Chocolate mushroom.
Or chocolate bars with mushrooms in it. All sorts of things. We were in there for about an hour and 45 minutes. So it's killed some time. We have a little bit more time till our bus. So I think we're going to have a slow wander. Find probably a gyros for lunch. And then make our way to the station. So a much slower pace to the day today. We got the coach. I'm very shaded. I am here. It was rather sweaty. There was not a lot of aircon on that coach, which was not ideal.
Name the station, Faye. It says it there. How do you pronounce it?
Pete was dripping.
I was at the first. I'm right now. It's very humid.
We are now at Thessalos. Waiting for the train. We should be here. 5:43.
2 minutes ago. But according to all the clocks in here, it's 2:21, not 5.
That one says 1:20.
I mean, they were wrong.
So yeah, we're now waiting for a train.
They don't have boards here.
No
Apparently.
boards, no information, no nothing. Just gotta hope and pray that it all turns up.
There were other people waiting, not just us.
Yeah, they were all on the coach with us.
Yeah.
So they've all been waiting the same amount of time. Yeah, so wish us luck. After, 5 hours of travelling? That one, thank you. We made it. We're back in Thessaloniki. We are in the, let's piece deodorant, Gatto Perso. They like cats. The luxury apartments. So from the door you have your own self-catering kitchen unit. Pete could even have a pod coffee if he wanted to. He's apparently into coffee now.
You say this as an alcohol as well?
No, I think he meant,
Oh.
bits and bobs like that. Bathroom is very clean and very white. And then table, another table with a mirror. And then our bed. The noise you can hear is the aircon unit because it's a little bit warm and stuffy in here. And then a view of the courtyard, I guess. But yeah, we're here for a night. It's nice. It'll do. It'll do, pig. It'll do. Good morning from our last day. We travel home today. Later today, though, like at 9 o'clock. We need to check out in about 20... Well, if we're pushing it fine, 24 minutes. That gets us to Jardin 11. So probably about 20 minutes. And Pete's still in the shower. He hasn't packed anything. He hasn't done anything. I swear he does this just to stress me out. I, on the other hand, am completely ready. Other than putting my shoes on. My bag's packed. My suitcase is packed. I'm all dressed and sun-creamed. Nothing. So yeah, now I'm going to be stressed for the next 20 minutes. But yes, today we're going to head to sort of the seafront area. We're going to do the White Tower. Yep, I'm all ready. I'm sorted. We're going to do the White Tower, walk along the seafront. I think there's a free boat that we can take. And at some point we're going to have some food as well. So that's the plan. I've just got to wait for this one now to get his arse in gear and actually move. This hotel has so many like shiny cats and dogs. It's a bit weird. We made it out. Pete's just going to put our luggage in the storage bit or our room, or I don't really know. And then we can head out. I'm so hungry right now though. That's why I'm sat down, because I feel a little bit weak. Me and the baby, we need some food. But I don't think there's a plan for that yet. We'll see, we'll see. So this is the White Tower, also known as the Blood Tower, but I can't remember the reason why.
It's a prison or something.
I think it
turned
was
into a prison. Turned into a prison.
Well, it was a prison originally and then they changed it. But it's right by the sea. So, I think we can climb up it. Which will be a lot of stairs. We know how I feel about stairs, but it's the problem. There we go. It was a prison where they executed long-term convicts. But then in 1890, in exchange for his freedom, someone painted it white, which is now why it's the White Tower. It's been here since the 15th century.
Even you're too small for this one. Perfect size Faye, huh? Nice view.
So, we went up the tower. Can you see the tower? Don't know. But the tower. Went up the tower. They have a like QR code audio guide, so we used that, although I'm not sure how much of it I took in. There's a few bits of information there, but it's a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Short at points. Lots of ducking under little archways and stuff. But it was good. The view over the sea and stuff from the top was fun. And then we've just been on that one, the pirate ship, not the longboat. There seems to be 3 companies here that can give you a half an hour cruise around the harbour, and all you need to do is pay for a drink, so it's about €6 for a drink.
Alcohol's more expensive, beer. Also, we were in. I don't know if we're happy hour or that's just every hour, but it might be €8 if you go later, I guess.
If you have more than one drink.
Well, mine was 9, but actually still 6 because they give us a voucher.
Yeah, mine was 8 and 6. So yeah, so that's what we've done. The boat thing doesn't seem to appear when you like Google stuff to do here. It took a lot of searching to find that, and I thought there was only one. Turns out there's 3. So we just went on the one that had the next cruise. I think now we're going to head for some food. It's about 2 o'clock. We've got till about 6 to kill. So we're going to take a slow amble along the seafront and find this restaurant that Pete's found for us.
Let's go. Get some Greek food for the last time.
Although I looked at the menu and I think I might get a schnitzel, which is not at all Greek, but there we go. After the week of intense heat, there's a thunderstorm.
Just to add 0% chance of rain.
It's raining. Not a lot.
I beg to differ. It's quite nice though, cool down there.
So, quite clearly, we are now at home. Yes, I happen to be in the same clothes I was on our last day, but it is like 2 weeks later, and these have been washed, I promise. So I've been editing this video and realised that we just sort of left you when it started raining. So we went to the Olympics Museum.
That was very good.
We were the only people there. It was actually quite interesting.
Massive museum, 2 of us.
So we were reading about each of the games that's happened or not happened for various reasons. There were some interesting stories to it. And then obviously we flew home, which probably the less we say about that the better, because we were delayed for 3.5 hours.
But yeah, 3.25, 3.5 hours, and it could have been much worse.
Yeah. So at the airport, we got there, we were delayed 2 hours in the airport, which is way better than being delayed on the plane, because we were then also delayed on the plane for like an hour and a half. And we flew with Wizz Air, and they don't have very good customer service, so probably won't be flying with them again.
All the staff, basically, as soon as they announced the delay, just went ahead.
Yeah, like people were like dinging the bell.
And then at the end they went, sorry to tell you there's another 2 hour delay. And then everyone just hid. And then about 10 minutes later they were like, luckily...
No, we're going now.
Going now. Yeah.
So we did manage to get back, but at
5 AM.
No, that was when we got back. Ow, Jeff. That's when we got back to my parents' house, because we flew into Luton and then drove back to theirs. But we got to our car at Luton Airport at like 3:30. So yeah, the journey home was not ideal, but the holiday was good. Favourite thing that we did?
House with Meteora.
That's a place, that's not a
In Meteora. The Demetrius tour was good. I thought that was like interesting. It started a bit weird, but I thought it was good.
Weirdly, and I know this sounds stupid, but I think the thing that I will come back to more often than not is the mushrooms.
Mushrooms, yeah.
I think that'll be the thing that I repeat more than anything else. Just because of your the game we played, so I'll just be like, Pete, poisonous or not? Favourite meal, food? I don't mind, mine's easy.
Maybe just a standard souvlaki was good, wasn't it? Souvlaki.
Is that what you had on the first night?
What else did I have? That was good.
You didn't have it anywhere else?
What else did I have? That was good. The gyros were good, just standard gyros.
For me, it was the moussaka.
My moussaka wasn't as good, but I've got it from a different place.
My moussaka was probably the best meal I had. It was really good. I enjoyed
Food
that
was
a lot.
food was high standard though.
Cheap as well.
Very cheap, very high standard. Paella was good. Our last meal I had.
I would say, as a pregnant lady, there was choice, I'm not saying that, but a lot of lamb, which can be pink, and I'm not supposed to be eating pink meat. Not as much like steak or beef or any of that kind of stuff. A little bit.
Lots of cheeses you order on.
But yeah, the whole, is it pasteurised, is it not, something that we just sort of ignored and hoped for the best.
Generally thought it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was all feta, so there was all of that kind of stuff. So a little tricky, but not tricky on the food, if that makes sense. But I might be just being a bit pedantic with it anyway, so What other highlights were there for you? I like the pool.
Pool day was good.
Yeah.
These are all the highlights from Meteora, aren't they? But
Pretty much.
yeah.
Except for Osaka, which was Thessaloniki.
The food was good in Thessaloniki. The free to walking tour we did was quite good. It was just, yeah, a few good things. It was
Yeah.
all decent.
And this sort of brings us nicely on to what we thought of Journee, because my main feedback to them was that the holiday is very much me and you. It's very much a Pete and Faye holiday. We do like to sightsee and that kind of stuff and do different sites and eat good food. But for that holiday where there was that much walking and things like that, it was entirely the wrong season. I know that Greece was going through a heat wave at the time anyway, so it was probably higher than it would normally be, but we were
33 to 37 degrees.
I mean, it was like,
yeah.
feels like 40 at some
Yeah.
points, and that is just too hot for that kind of thing. And we were also sort of more central Greece, so there wasn't as much like sea breeze or a city, so all of the buildings are holding onto the heat. Normally I'm all right with it, but this time I just found it completely energy zapping.
Yeah, I guess for Journee as well, because they gave us 2 excursions. The Demetrios one was really good. I'd say the other one was a bit boring. Went going to Dion and Mount Olympus. Mount Olympus should be good, but it was a boring tour. Like, I genuinely thought.
Yeah, that might be just down to the person that we had on our bus.
Maybe, but yeah, well, Dion site itself was kind of rubbish.
Well, I think we said in the vlog that... Thank you, Jeff. I think we said in the vlog that would have been better if we had a tour guide sort of talking us through what would have been there and how it would have been like, rather than a self-guided thing.
Yeah. And I guess if you go for like, is Journee worth it from a value point of view? From a guess go to an exciting place that we haven't been and all that, I think that's really good.
It was an entire...
I quite liked the not having to do lots of work for it, because at the time we were quite busy and we didn't want to do it.
We'd basically just found out we were pregnant, so we had lots of other things going on in our brains.
So
but we knew we wanted to go on holiday in August.
That was all good. I think I would have looked at the destination a couple of days before we flew instead of the airport, just so we could plan a few more things.
Well, we did a 7-night stay, so Journee planned a week for us. If we'd done like 3 days, they would have planned it more and we wouldn't have needed to try and fill days.
But so we had to end up having a quick little right, let's just chill for a couple of hours and figure out what we're doing.
Yeah, so like our first day, the entire afternoon. I mean, we probably would have spent it in the room anyway because of the heat, but we did then just spend it trying to figure out what we were going to do on other days. But going back to what you said about a place that we wouldn't have gone to, I mean, I'd never heard of it. I wouldn't have even thought to look at it.
Yeah, so. And Meteora was brilliant, like, genuinely brilliant. The other thing, in terms of like value for it, like, it seemed like good value at the time when we booked it, but when you actually look at the prices of all the stuff they book for you, I'd say their margins are very high. Like,
but I guess sort of.
Like I think it cost us like 1,900 quid or something for 2 of us, not including the other bits. Like $8.90 each or something. I reckon you could have booked it all for 1,200 quid, like separately.
Probably. But then that's us doing the looking. So you're paying for that.
Yeah.
And also the excitement of the clues and the not knowing where you're going to go, which was fun.
Yeah. And they've got to make money somewhere, but you kind of hope with these things that they get discounted rates or something, and they take some of that out of their cut. But they do have to make money. I get that, but maybe a bit too much.
They're a business; they have to. And to be fair, their support with the WhatsApp and stuff, there is always someone there, and they are very quick at responding to it. Not that we had to use it while we were away, but we've had to use it since because of our delay. So we were trying to get compensation, and they helped out with that.
Didn't get me.
Not that it was successful, but so best left not talking about that one. So their support is really good. They do give you a lot of information in the booklets and things about food places to maybe consider and things to do. I would say though that for both our destinations, and it's just because it's our destinations, they were very like, it was the same thing. So in Meteora, it was very much here's a monastery, here's a monastery, here's a monastery, here's a monastery. It's like, well, there's nothing outside of that. So things like the Natural History Museum and the Mushroom Museum that we did, we found that ourselves. The pool we found ourselves, because all of what they had in the booklet was monasteries, which yes is a very important part, but I've lost my train of thought now.
But yeah, maybe they need to add more diversity.
Yeah, Yeah, so I mean, the really good information is just perhaps it needs a little bit, as you said, diversity, a little bit different things.
Right, out of 10, what would you give them?
I would probably give them, for that particular holiday, a 7.5.
I'd go 8 out of 10, yeah.
As I said, supporting things again, like when we told them, they were actually the first people we told that I was pregnant. They were very good at making sure that we could still go on that holiday and that it would be fine. But as you said, value for money, and for me the consideration of where you're sending people at the time of year.
Yeah, I also said like Thessaloniki was nice, but Meteora was way better, I thought. Yeah, they're both nice areas.
Yeah, and it's somewhere new and it's all
Yeah.
of that kind of stuff. As I said, we wouldn't
Yeah.
have ever considered it, but if you're going in August, they know it's going to be hot. They could have at least booked one place that had a pool.
Yeah, they all had aircon at least, but
Until you broke it.
I didn't break it.
You did break it.
Broke itself.
You broke it. So yeah, I mean, I probably would use them again. Not that we can for a while, but I think I'd do a shorter trip.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And not book a late flight back.
Yeah, change the flight if it's
Yeah.
like at 9 something.
We already changed the one that was like 5, 6 a.m. or whatever it was they first gave us. We changed that and paid more, but we should change the back one. Yeah.
I would go again. I would do a shorter trip because, as you said, we then did have to spend a considerable amount of one of our days trying to work out what we were going to do. What about you? You gave it an 8, but you didn't give any reasons because
I gave the reasons throughout the video.
Yeah, but I went off on one, so why an 8?
Just value, area, time, kind of, yeah, that one excursion. Maybe 7.5 actually. Maybe I'm going down a little bit, but yeah, that one excursion they gave us and stuff that was a bit average, but generally good. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard for them. They don't actually
No,
know
I
us.
know,
You
I
give
know, I
them,
know.
you give them very little, and what we did give them, they did meet because
But
we
that's
asked
part of it, isn't it?
for.
That's part of it, though.
What did we ask for? Inexpensive and picturesque, and they gave us that.
Yeah. No, it was a very good holiday.
Um,
It was a very good holiday.
It's just
7.5 or 8 is decent score. It's just,
yeah.
it's not like this is my best holiday ever and I'd do it again. Yeah, heartbeat.
Yeah, no, I agree. So yeah, if you have any questions about the Journee process or anything like that, do put a comment in the box below, and I'll do my best to come back to you soon. I hope you've enjoyed these few videos from our trip. If you have, give it a thumbs up. If you are interested in what's to come, babies, click that subscribe button. We probably won't be going on a trip for a little while now. We do have a London trip coming up though. So yeah, hit that subscribe button and we will see you in the next one. Bye!